So here we have x to the power of a half plus x to the power of a quarter minus 2 is equal to 0. What I want you to notice is that we have three different terms and that the exponents of the two x values or two x variables are different as well. For the first step, I recommend that you rewrite the half as a quarter or in terms of quarters. So remember, 1/2 is equal to 2 quarters. And that is what I do in my first step. And the reason why I do that is because I want the exponent in the first term to look similar to the exponent in the second term. Now, if I investigate my equation, I see that we have a trinomial. So you can choose to factorize this trinomial or to use the K method. I like to recommend that you use the K method because sometimes when we have exponents as fractions, it is a little bit overwhelming. So what we do with the K method is we choose one of these terms or variables and we substitute it with K. Now I chose x to the power of a quarter and substituted that with K. Now can you see in the first term we have 2 quarters. So that means that we have K squared. Our middle term would simply become K, and our third term is only -2. And now we have a simple trinomial. K squared can split up into K, and -2 would split up into +2 and -1. Now the signs do matter, so remember it must be +2 minus 1, because 2 minus 1 creates the 1 in the middle. So you can't have it as -2 and +1. That will create a -1 in the middle. Make sure that when you factorize that you get the signs correct. Now we can solve for K by setting each set of brackets equal to 0. So for the first bracket, K is equals to -2, and for the second bracket, K is equals to 1. But remember, the question said solve for x. So here we have x to the power of a quarter instead of K is equal to -2. And on the right-hand side, we have x to the power of a quarter instead of K is equal to 1. Now you notice our solution on the left has no solution. Because if I take this x to the power of a quarter and I raise it to the power of 4, I'll get x to the power of 1. But if I do that on the right-hand side, I'll get +16. So x will be +16. But if I take the root of 16 to the power of 4, then I'll simply get 2. And that answer is not -2. So this equation has no solution. An easy way to remember that is if your denominator is an even number, then your answer or value on the right-hand side cannot be negative. In our second solution, we have x to the power of a quarter is equals to 1. That means that 1 can be written as 1 to the power of a quarter. And can you now see that x is equals to 1? Thank you for watching. Remember to show your support by hitting the like button and subscribing to MatheNatic.